definitely got something about him, but he's had chances on other teams since, and they haven't really gone well. So, yeah, I'm expecting a little bit more out of the likes of ARCRED's individuals, but we're underway in this game. Train is about to get underway. Kiara and Mia did start this round off, but it's an immediate response from GetJeka. He's up to 2 kills in the round. And it's up to Zana to retake. And it's going to be a little bit too difficult, this one, with 2 players locked into the right cubby here behind the bomb train. It's difficult to remove 1 from that position, let alone 2. Ryujin will take her out. So fast A works out for ARCRED to begin.
We'll see where that's held. And obviously the plan here is to use that flashbang, swarm out. And if you can find a couple kills, that's honestly a result because, yeah, they haven't brought a lot into this.
Yeah. Kind of the case, right, in this sort of situation. Just use the power you have as a group and try and at least get 1 kill. But unfortunately, they can't get it. The MAC-10 chews them up. An ace for DSSJ with a lot of money now in the bank off the back of that.
As ARCRED applying a lot of pressure. They've got 2 players out Ivy. They've smoked the site side. They're going to wrap now into the back lanes. NIP do find 1 kill, quickly traded, but they've lost a lot of space here. Zana with that important frag, and Naomi now clears. This is so important to tell her teammates that this area actually is clear and they can look elsewhere.
Mia did leave B just for a split second, so it's a little bit awkward. You know, has to try and figure out the site. And there you go, there's the information. But does she have any idea about that Heaven drop down? Maybe now. Let's get Jekyll will move the way forward. The bomb's nowhere near the site yet, and Naomi has been removed, but there's the trade from A. Now a chance for more, but Ryujin will trade it, and then Zana working their way up. Try and cut off the bomb, and you know what? Vilga has managed to cut off the bomb. So now it's difficult for Ryujin. He's got 3 kills in the game, 1 in this round, but down to 28 HP. Vilga can position herself in a very strong position to try and hold that bomb. There's the information. A couple of bullets needed, and there we go. Just about getting it over the line. Vilga will win the clutch for her team.
It's pretty well telegraphed. Shouldn't be surprising,
Yeah.
NIP.
Also, pretty interesting that you know, Mia didn't get spooked by that spot in the brown halls. Didn't throw her incendiary straight away. Actually kept it. Will she get a chance to use it, though? That is the question. Playing inside the smoke, she gets a 1-for-1. But now Vilga on the back of the site should get cleared by Ryujin, and will. Good angle held here by GetJeka. This trade is very difficult on that headshot angle, and they'll manage to get himself 2 headshots. Pretty comfortable. And Ryujin will finish it off as well. 3 for GetJeka and 2 for Ryujin. In the round by themselves pretty much on those entries toward B.
From here, NIP, they've got to take a risk. There's no other choice. Vilga decides, I'm going to look for a duel, but I don't think that's going to end well if she's alone. Unless she caught a player looking elsewhere, which was quite unlikely. I don't think that was going to work. And now the side's getting totally overwhelmed. It's just an absolute domino effect after the first frag. And yeah, that's quite a dominant round.
Yeah, that's just basically getting out-aimed.
What have we got here then? Organ upper. Jeka is holding. Flashbang. This time, I think it landed right over the head of GetJeka, but luckily he was looking the other way. So that is an opening kill. An opportunity in another round. DSSJ takes space. He is felled. Does get traded, but now a 2, I guess, woman advantage for this CT side. Dan is holding the swing. Can't connect, but Kiara is there. And now surely, with players spread all over, this is a near impossible 1v3 for a T-side player to win.
This is a good angle already for Mia as well. Kiara's in the corner. Mia might be low, but it's just a perfect crossfire. There we go. Instant headshot, and Kiara will take the frag. Great start to the round, and good proactivity by NIP. Playing with the ladder. DSSJ in main with that AWP. Already naded down to 23. First time I've really gone for a proper pick through main fast like that. And the nades that NIP have been using so much have been working pretty well. Vilga, good spot in toward Pop, but does get run over by Ryujin. And that could make this A-site defense a little bit difficult to reposition. And then Ryujin's going to run over Zana. Karen might burn one out of the round, but Mia can only find one with her AUG. So ARCRED will brute force their 7th round on A. I'm making too many mistakes, confidence goes, and it spirals downward from there. So it can be very difficult to regain that again. So, you know, I hope for their sake, playing in these EU Tier 2 tournaments, it doesn't, you know, hurt them too much in the mental, because mental is very hard to keep control of for anyone. So, first pick of the round goes to Zana in this one, which is very nice, and Naomi will instantly trade Ryujin as they look to take control of Pop. She will smoke it off and then look to escape, and she will. So an early 4v2. Zana has got a couple of kills in this round, almost 3, somehow still alive, will eventually go down, but there's a trade from Mia, and Naomi is on the scene. Great rotations there from NIP, knowing exactly what was going on, and it gets them a third on CT.
Keep doing this early util set onto main. Standard, I think, for a lot of the top teams. And Zana's got a good spawn. She's going wide towards Pop Dog. Very exposed position. And Vilga, thankfully, wins the opening engagement. Make it 2. And
nice.
a third. Doing so much work as these players come through the smoke. A nice 2-piece for Ryujin, but Vilga's already pretty much won the round. That is more like it.
Yeah, that smoke. You just can't go through it. And they hold on very comfortably in the end. 50-50 for a bit of range on Naomi. Important for a map like Train. See how they go about this pistol. Dropping in toward Pop. Get Jekka. How many can he get? Instant headshot on the first. Completely deleted, but the trades are good. Zana and Mia. We get a couple back in response. PSSJ will manage to return it into a 3v3, but there is a low HP Red Z now. He's down to 1 off the back of that shot, by the way, and Mia will finish him off. Vilga finds the SSJ, and Zana will manage to grab Ryujin. So now, great pistol. Shots were hit. Red Z jiggling that would be seen on the old Train. Less of a gap there now. Presence very much known though, and there were 3 players around Ivy looking to try and fight this play. And Ryujin dealing with Vilga, pushing up in toward the corner of Pop is going to be awkward because we play the angle again and maybe deal with Mia. That is a rough angle.
Looking now towards A. Deep smoke goes down. Great opener by Naomi. Now they need to move behind this. Ryujin's getting a little bit uncomfortable here behind the bomb train, but his teammates from Connector, not enough util there as they came to this execute, and that seems to be the crux in terms of this round falling apart. Quick turn on a dime from Zana, but it might be in vain given so many players are left alive. ARCRED finally on the board on the defense. I think she needs her teammates to do something. All she needs is somebody to start moving around on that site. Somebody to, you know, get in a position to hold ramp or hold the upper rafters and be exposed. But it's not happened. Get Jekka just absolutely annihilated. I can kind of see the idea. Get down ramp, explode out, use the player you've got. It's a different prong, but wow, they got absolutely mowed down. If you lose this, it will be multiple map points for ARCRED, and their money will be in a considerably stronger position. So, got to make something work. Vilga goes looking. The next one is traded, but I think you're going to take that as the T side. It's sowing some confusion, some chaos in the ranks. Another pair of trades. Now it's a man advantage for NIP as they claim the bomb site proper. This needs a bit more help here, I think, with Zana to get this bomb down. Kiara's looking towards Ivy. Get Jekka's isolated out by the smoke on towards Connector. This looks pretty good. Re-smoke can go down as well. And Mia's going to push the Connector smoke. She can tell her teammates the Connector is not a risk. They should know that Ivy is the main threat now.
Yeah, well positioned for Zana behind the site. Get Jekka and Red Z trying to retake 2v3. They've got kits, they've got that smoke. Good information though, and they will overwhelm. Even with that information, they knew where 2 players were, but they both peaked at the same time. Mia will get 1, and is finished off.
What have we got here? Double Ivy push. This is quite an enormous change of pace. Rifle is up close, and Kiara absolutely assassinates. Missed shot from the orb here. Well, give them time to move. Now they're going to explode on A, knowing it must be lesser defended. They need to overwhelm the D-box player really fast, because now the cavalry is here, and they're just a few seconds too late for me. You need another opening kill to make this work. The players are very low. Kiara with a chance. Close, but no cigar there at the end.
Multiple pushing back away from Heaven, though. It'll allow them some progress to take Brown Halls. There's that new box I was talking about. One of the 3 that have kind of been popped around the map in the new update. Rajan will get 1, make that 2. Got 22 to his name overall in this first map of Nuke. I mentioned that I wanted to see him play well, and he has.
This is done. Got the bomb. Plenty of players here. And Ron never stood a chance. Map win then for ARCRED. Reasonably comfortable in the end. I think NIP Impact for a map we don't know a lot about them on. I don't think they'll be that comfortable on at this sort of level. This could be carnage, to put it mildly.
That is very true. I'm looking forward to see what kind of carnage we might have. I'm going to try and use the brute force option to start the CT pistol, running their way up mid. Mia down off the back of that already. That will allow NIP to get in toward A quickly, but ARCRED are very aware of that. And will be already onshore, on catwalk to try and cut them off. There's a gap in that crossfire. That could be a bit of a massacre. And Red Z will get 2 alongside DSSJ's damage. Red Z will get 3 total in the end. There's 4. 3 players circling the A-bomb site for ARCRED, though, including the AWP of DSSJ. Stuck behind the car, does get 1, should get removed, does get removed. Red Z shouldn't get 2, but unfortunately, Ryujin is also there to help. That's the most frustrating thing for NIP. Get Jekyll deal with Mia, and that is the first gun round comfortably in their side, and they've got a chance now to build even more with the eco coming in for NIP.
To get much done. The bomb is also on Vilga. Outside tunnels. Now it's coming over. And this is their best chance playing together. Unfortunately, though, the flashbang is brutal. 3 for this man. Can he make it 4? Sticks around. He's going to be called upon next. And unfortunately, for NIP, they would have loved a bomb plant. They would have loved a lot of damage in this round.
Oh!
And actually, the damage does come right at the dying embers. Kiara with some zingers. Makes some slightly more unorthodox moves. And I think they need to continue doing that. I don't think a slow standard game is going to help.
Yeah, I agree. And the truth is as well, like with the situation with Imperial Valkyries, just losing their grasp on impact, right? DSJ does get traded. There's definitely an opening now for a new team to kind of really be that main impact, I guess you could say, winner, full stop. Like, because it was Furia last time. Furia have also taken a map off of a men's team in the South American CCTs. There's definitely some openings. Mia's got 2 kills on Ryujin and Ryujin, though. That's actually turned the round entirely. Naomi destroyed Red Z2. Good reaction to take the instant headshot.
Have actually to commit A. That smoke hasn't helped. There is another on Naomi, but Gajeka's going looking. They might not expect him actually to be up by Gandalf. Now spotted. Double peaked. That felt a little bit nervy. Slower default from NIP. Flash is good and stuck on the box. Ryujin is gone. Man advantage now for this T side. They know the positions. They'll know actually that it's got to be an A player. It was very likely to be an A player. And being Dust 2, you can't rotate without a minimum smoking the double doors or whatever. Giving some information. They should know that A is only defended by 2, and now they go. Rounding the corner. This Orpa here needs to do work, and he does not. Naomi absolutely assassinates. This round is done already for my money. ARCRED need to save these guns.
Clinical from Naomi. Beautiful second headshot. And Mia's doing some great work on this lurk as well. It is being looked at by GetJekka. So if you think they should be okay here. And there we go. We'll get that one. That's good information on the fact there were 2 players there, I do believe. Red Z hasn't really got much way back in from long with this FAMAS, and they are leaving now Zana's in a good position to try and cut them off, to maybe stop them from saving. They can double pick that position. He's trying desperately to try and stop that save from being possible. Will go down. Kiara will at least manage to catch one. IP do need to keep at least a couple of their players alive here, it feels like. And unfortunately for Kiara, she probably would have gone down to the bomb. So she's going to have to go through that smoke to try and look for the kill either way. And Reajin will get a freebie. So only one player survives for NIP in that round. Yes, this Jay will go for the peek in mid and remove Zana instantly. And then jump spotting off the back of that, and there's the aggression into Tons. The change up has caught NIP off guard.
Such a tough round, because you also lost your 2 players before you even got map control, before you even got any real information. What do ARCRED know right now? That there was an AWP mid and a player in tunnels? I mean, it's not going to get you very far. Raijin here doesn't need to stick around. He's clearly very confident. This is Ryujin.
Waste the clock. It allows teammates to come through and collect the weaponry that is littered all over the B side of the map. They will try and push through together here, but this will be a bit of a massacre. Diego only gets one. He was getting flanked either way by 2 players. So that is the exact thing ARCRED would have wanted. A couple of AKs recovered. Double AWP recovered as well, incidentally. Raijin pretty much in the open toward long, but he's got Red Z support. Swing, the bursts. They try and swap duels there as Mia got taken down low. Said, Naomi, you have a go. And unfortunately, with the fact the manpower is just too much. There's too many players toward long for an IP to be able to deal with. Red Z gets 3 in the end. They'll go alone with the Deagle coming up towards short. Red Z is a player I haven't seen much of at all. I think I've covered one ARCRED game where Red Z has been playing. ARCRED is not his first team. He was on a team called Rostek a little bit for a month, actually, this year.
Bit of a change up here. Aggression on short. Raijin up close. I don't think they'll expect this whatsoever, especially if the AWP shows first. Raijin doesn't even require any help. Wow. That is just an assassination from this deadly duo in mid. NIP never stood a chance.
Yeah, they are just quite literally just running up mid.
I guess he's B anchor. There hasn't been a lot of B rounds. So.
There hasn't.
Heck, has there been any? Am I going mad?
I actually think you're right.
I don't think
round.
the bomb has made it to the B bomb site in this map.
I think you're right.
Oh dear. The mid massacre continues as Raijin streams his way up to 15-5.
Yara will get the first bits of information over toward the long side. Yara's going to elevate her position up onto the top of the A site. That's coming through. There's going to be 3 players here. Yara has hit 1 tap. Good flash, but unfortunately just couldn't get into a position to deliver. Right now it's the Dutch duo on NIP trying to do quite a lot of the fragging. They've got 17 kills between them. But unfortunately it's only 2 for Naomi. We smoke. Yeah, all the lineup. There we go. Perfect spray control on the back of the smoke when sometimes T players can be wandering through it, trying to burst through, and Mia has cancelled out the idea for ARCRED in this round, just like that.
That a bomb plant here is not out of the question, but this duel is tough. Ryujin will probably be looking backside as he swings out of these tunnels. He is indeed open to the barrels. Pretty brutal engagement. 1 and done might be enough. Nade does the job.
Bosh.
Short is the port of choice for ARCRED. Got Zana nearby. Her teammates on A are a bit of a distance away, so she needs to, at minimum, buy time. This is all about buy time, stay alive. Unfortunately, not the case. Made from Vilga gets the trade, but I think this has been a success from the T side's perspective. They've got side control. Now they can make it frisky. AK still in play. Massive Deagle headshot. Does a lot of work. Decent trades in the meanwhile for that CT side. It's all on Raijin. Forces the one-on-one. Deagle out now. And this is the map, surely. NIP can't afford to lose this. Raijin goes looking. And Mia comes out on top.
Yes, let's go. UK Counter-Strike represent. She's actually played that quite well. I'm not just saying that.
Still could be exploited. I don't think they know it's solo B, but they start leaning that way. What they think isn't really of consequence. Vilga goes down. And this might bait them back into A, having killed a player towards that direction. In the meanwhile, NIP are scrambling to retake some control. They come off B and through CT to clear mid. Raijin is looking at his mini-map. Not quite sure.
Yeah, bro is half asleep, perhaps. DSSJ will get one on the entry, and traded will be Naomi. That means this retake now is going to be very, very difficult with that one more player in mid that they know about. Getting past him while knowing you're probably going to get peeked from the mid doors as well, the B doors. You've got 4 doors to worry about, and unfortunately I think all 4 of them will be shut in their face. Donna will get 1. Will she be allowed to escape is the question. Region is coming her way. It'll be okay to save. Z is a long way away, so
they're in the mix, but on aggregate, ARCRED clearly a little bit to the advantage, and now 6 opportunities to put this series to bed. Feels like the likely result. Long taken, a little bit laboured with all the flashes going off, but there's so many numbers here. Weight in numbers, strength in numbers. It's working out for this T side. They've got long. But they're getting a bit overzealous here. They're giving Zana, frankly, pretty easy duels. And she's punishing. Oh. Still going, looking.
Another tag with the Deagle. Unfortunately, now Mia has to clutch again. Zana will eventually go down. She was given many, many opportunities. Probably could have gotten 4 there, honestly. Only 2. Now Mia, can she do it again? She's managed to find 1 headshot. Clutched 1v2 already. Red Z is very low HP, 14. She'll make a sound cue by walking into the smoke. That one should mean Red Z has a free headshot. And he had rounded the smoke unknowingly to Mia. And it will be a 13-6 for ARCRED. NIP